The next global power struggle may not be fought with weapons on a physical battlefield. It may be fought with the invisible lines of financial infrastructure. This is the new frontier of global power. Because the system that moves money across the world is also the system that controls trade. And trade is the lifeblood of every civilization on Earth. Without money flow, civilizations stall. The system that facilitates this trade is the ultimate prize for nations. It is the framework upon which the global economy is built. Control the rails, and you control the world's commerce. And right now, countries, institutions, and technology companies are racing to build the next generation of global financial rails. The stakes? Trillions of dollars in direct economic influence and sovereignty. Artificial intelligence, blockchain settlement, digital currencies, tokenized assets, all of these technologies are converging into something much bigger than the sum of their individual parts, a true revolution. This convergence is creating a new digital financial system, one that operates at a scale and speed we are only beginning to comprehend today. It is the Internet of Value being born. A new digital financial system is being born, and whoever helps build the backbone of that system could influence the global economy for decades to come. This is the 2030 backbone. Let's look at how financial infrastructure creates power. It's about flow. Financial infrastructure determines how money flows across every single border. It is the invisible plumbing of our world. And money flows determine how trade works. For decades, the world has relied on systems designed in a different era. Systems that are reaching their absolute limits in the digital age. These legacy systems were built for a physical world. They involve manual steps and geographic boundaries that are increasingly obsolete in the digital age. The gap between them is widening. Historically, infrastructure was slow and physical. It took trust and time to move value from one side of the planet to the other. It was a local game played on a small scale. Gold was the first truly global rail. But gold is heavy and difficult to transport. It required centralized vaults and a chain of physical security that severely limited the speed of trade. In 1944, the Bretton Woods Agreement established a new order, pinning world currencies to the dollar. It was the birth of the correspondent banking system we still use today. In 1973, SWIFT was founded, creating a standardized messaging system for global banks. It was a revolution in information, but the actual value still moved through a slow chain of accounts. Large networks of banks, multiple intermediaries, manual reconciliation processes. This was a system built for the speed of the telegraph, not the speed of the modern internet. It is outdated. This system requires trillions of dollars to sit idle in Nostro and Vostro accounts just to ensure that cross-border payments can settle. It's a graveyard of capital that could be elsewhere. The current system relies on a chain of intermediaries, each adding time, cost, and potential points of failure to every single international transaction. Every hop is a delay. Multiple intermediaries create friction. Every step in the legacy system adds time, adds cost, and increases the potential for error in the flow of value across the entire world. But the digital economy moves faster than those systems were designed to handle. We are now living in a 24/7 world on a 9-to-5 financial system that takes 3 days to settle. The market now demands real-time settlement and total transparency. The old rails are simply too slow for the needs of 21st century commerce and high-speed trade. We need more, which is why new technologies are emerging. Technologies designed for instant settlement, automated contracts, and global liquidity movement across every single border on the planet. A key part of this shift is ISO 2022. It is the new global language for financial data, allowing for richer information to travel with every single payment message globally. It is structured. ISO 2022 enables interoperability between different networks, reducing errors and allowing AI to better analyze and optimize the flow of value across the planet. No more lost data. The goal is to move value as fast as we move information. Instant settlement removes risk and frees up trillions in idle capital for productive global use. No more waiting. When these technologies combine, they create something powerful: digital financial infrastructure. It is more than just code. It is the new engine of global wealth and power. Why countries care? Countries care about financial infrastructure for one simple reason: sovereignty. Their economic independence is the ultimate prize in this global race. In the digital age, sovereignty isn't just about borders and flags. It's about control over the systems that facilitate the nation's economic life and global trade relationships. Control is everything. If a nation depends entirely on another country's financial rails, it loses a level of economic independence. It becomes subject to another's rules and oversight. It is vulnerable. Dependency on foreign rails means a nation's trade and economy can be influenced or even halted by external political decisions. Financial sanctions are the proof of this power. It is a leash on growth. Digital infrastructure offers something different: optionality. A country can develop its own systems, integrate with global networks, or create hybrid models. It is about choices. Optionality provides a safeguard. It ensures that no single entity can pull the plug on a nation's ability to participate in the global economy and sustain itself. Safety in diversity. The ability to choose between systems creates strategic flexibility. And strategic flexibility is the most valuable currency in global economics today. It is the key to resilience. Central bank digital currencies. One major development in this space is the rise of CBDCs, digital versions of national currencies issued directly by central banks, the future of fiat. CBDCs are more than just digital cash. They are a new foundation for monetary policy, providing direct, efficient access to digital money for every citizen, a direct link to the central bank. Over 85% of central banks are currently researching or testing CBDCs. The idea is simple. Take the advantages of digital technology and combine them with sovereign systems, a global trend. China's eCNY is the most advanced large-scale pilot, demonstrating how a digital currency can be used for everything from daily transactions, taxes, and government spending on a massive scale. It is working. CBDCs introduce programmable money, where rules and conditions are built directly into the currency itself, enabling complete automation of financial policy and social programs. Smart money. But CBDCs are only one piece of the puzzle. Because digital currencies still need infrastructure to move globally. They need robust, interconnected settlement networks to function. Without shared rails, CBDCs risk becoming digital islands. The real power lies in the networks that can connect these sovereign tokens across the world instantly and securely. Interconnectivity is the goal. Tokenized global markets. Another major trend shaping the future is tokenization, converting real-world assets into digital tokens on global blockchain networks. Everything is becoming digital. Imagine being able to own a fraction of a commercial building halfway across the world, instantly tradable and verifiable on a shared, immutable ledger. This is the death of illiquidity. This could include real estate, government bonds, corporate debt, and commodities. By 2030, everything of value can potentially be tokenized and moved at light speed, a $16 trillion market. Tokenization allows for fractional ownership, lowering the barrier to entry for high-value assets and unlocking trillions in previously illiquid wealth for everyone. Access is democratized. Tokenized assets can be divided into smaller ownership units. This creates new possibilities for global investment and liquidity for everyone on the planet. Wealth is now fluid. A tokenized asset can settle in minutes, not days. This drastic reduction in settlement time reduces counterparty risk and improves the efficiency of every global market. Speed is the new standard. We are moving from a world of illiquid, static assets to a world of instant, programmable value. This is a fundamental shift in the very concept of human ownership. AI in financial systems. Artificial intelligence is also becoming deeply integrated into financial infrastructure at every level of the stack. It is the intelligence layer of the system. AI can monitor transactions in real time, detecting patterns of fraud and risk with a precision and speed that was previously impossible for human systems. Safety through speed. AI systems can analyze vast amounts of data, detect fraud, optimize liquidity flows, manage risk, and execute complex financial decisions in milliseconds. The system is getting smarter. We are heading toward autonomous markets where AI agents negotiate and settle trades instantly, requiring a robust underlying settlement layer. The machines are talking to each other. When AI interacts with digital financial infrastructure, markets can operate with greater speed, but automation requires reliable, instant, and secure settlement layers. Trust is coded. This is where bridge assets like XRP come in. Designed for fast, low-cost cross-border payments, they solve the friction inherent in the old legacy correspondence system. It is the universal bridge asset. XRP can act as a neutral liquidity bridge between any two currencies, allowing for instant value transfer without the need for expensive pre-funded accounts. It is the glue of the global system. Crucial to this is the Interledger Protocol, or ILP. It is the underlying standard that allows different ledgers to communicate and transfer value seamlessly across the web. Standardizing value transfer. ILP allows XRP to act as the universal connector, moving value across any network, regardless of the underlying technology or ledger type. A true Internet of Value. The network competition. Multiple networks are competing to become foundational infrastructure. This is the race for the next Internet of Value. Winners take most in this race. The true winner will be the network that can most effectively interoperate with others, creating a seamless global fabric for value transfer across all borders and systems. Different networks may ultimately specialize in different roles: payments, smart contracts, data layers. They will form an interconnected web of value and trust. We will see a layered financial web where different protocols handle specific functions, all working together to move the world's wealth with absolute efficiency. The next financial system may include multiple interacting networks. Just as the Internet contains many layers of infrastructure today, it is a full tech stack. The geopolitical dimension. Whenever global infrastructure evolves, geopolitics inevitably becomes involved. It is about the power to decide who plays and who is excluded. Control over financial rails provides significant geopolitical leverage. It allows for the enforcement of sanctions and the shaping of global economic policy. It is power itself. Financial systems shape trade relationships. Trade relationships shape alliances, and alliances shape the balance of power on the world stage for the next century. Nations will align themselves based on the financial networks they choose to adopt, creating new economic blocks and power dynamics that will define our future. Which is why governments and central banks are studying digital technology closely. Infrastructure decisions made today will shape the next century of economic life. In the old system, liquidity was trapped in nostro vostro accounts, trillions of dollars sitting idle just to ensure trade could happen. Digital rails unlock this capital for the world. Unlocking this idle capital could provide a massive boost to global GDP, allowing for more investment in infrastructure, education, and innovation across every continent. Wealth unleashed. Atomic settlement is the endgame. It is the simultaneous exchange of assets without any intermediary risk. Commerce will accelerate beyond anything we've ever seen before. With atomic settlement, the delivery of the asset and the payment happen in the same transaction. This eliminates counterparty and credit risk entirely, the perfect trade. By 2030, we expect clear regulatory frameworks to be in place across all major jurisdictions. This certainty is needed for full, massive institutional adoption. Rules of the road. International cooperation will lead to harmonized rules for digital assets, ensuring that value can flow globally without hitting legal roadblocks, a global standard. The long transition. Despite the excitement, the transition will not happen overnight. Large systems change gradually, carefully, and with heavy oversight. Regulations must evolve to keep pace with technology. This is a complex process that requires international cooperation and clear legal frameworks for everyone. Step by step, regulations evolve, technologies mature, institutions adapt step by step. But once the efficiency is proven, the growth becomes exponential across the entire globe. Large financial institutions are beginning to integrate these technologies, testing the waters before fully committing to the new rails. Trust is building every single day. Just like the internet expanded from universities to businesses, adoption grows steadily once the value is clear. We are at that tipping point right now. Once the infrastructure is in place and the value is proven, adoption will move from a crawl to a sprint. transforming the entire global economy. What the next system may look like. The future financial system may include several interconnected layers working in perfect digital harmony. By 2030, we will see a financial landscape that is largely digital, automated, and global, with value moving as easily as email across the planet. Tokenized assets, AI-driven management, digital identity, blockchain settlement infrastructure, and global liquidity networks moving value instantly. The components of this new system will work together seamlessly, hidden behind user-friendly interfaces that simplify complex global transactions for everyone. Understanding these shifts isn't about speculation. It's about recognizing how financial infrastructure evolves. The game is changing forever. We are entering a new era of economic history. Those who understand these rails will be the ones who lead in the decades to come. Will you be ready? If you want deeper breakdowns on XRP, AI, and the emerging digital financial system, subscribe, be part of the conversation, stay ahead. Join the community of thousands who are tracking these changes and preparing for the future of the digital economy. Your voice matters in this race. And if you want a deeper guide to these changes, check out my book, Mastering XRP, AI, and the Digital Economy Before 2030, now available on Amazon. Get your copy today on Amazon and start your journey to mastering the digital economy. The link is right there in the description below. Thank you for watching. In conclusion, the future of finance is not a destination, but a journey of constant evolution. We have explored the shift from physical barter to atomic settlement, the data revolution of ISO 2022, and the visionary outlook for 2030. Stay curious, stay informed, and most importantly, stay prepared for the transformation ahead.